Mom, did you stuff vacation pamphlets into our mailbox again? I don't see any reason for you to be upset, dear. I simply thought that they would come in handy while you two plan your honeymoon, that's all. You completely filled our mailbox with them. Please stop doing that. The mailman constantly has to ring our doorbell to give us our mail because he can't fit it in the mailbox. I'd rather you stop giving us those pamphlets altogether, but could you at least just set them on the front doorstep instead? I was only trying to be helpful. Regardless of your intentions, it's getting out of hand. Am I clear? Don't put them in our mailbox anymore. That reminds me, have you decided on a destination for your honeymoon yet? We're still thinking about it. Why do you ask? What? You mean you haven't decided yet? But it's been 6 months since your wedding. Yeah, well, Sam and I are both busy with work and our schedules are pretty hard to coordinate, so... Oh, and that wedding. Even after I went to the trouble of planning a beautiful wedding for the two of you from top to bottom, you didn't use any of my ideas. I was so shocked. Weddings are for the bride and groom, Mom, not their parents. We planned our wedding the way we wanted. That's normal. Not to mention the wedding you planned was unbelievably extravagant. A $30,000 dress? $500 per plate at the reception? Who do you think we are, the Kardashians? You could have taken out a loan. Plenty of couples do that these days. I am not going to spend so much on a wedding that we're never going to be able to afford to buy a house, Mom. Look, we've been through all of this before, and I'm tired of having this conversation. I need to get back to work now. Since you were insensitive enough to disregard my wedding plans, I expect you to at least take my honeymoon plan into account, understand? My travel sense is impeccable. A vacation planned by me is worth more than money. This is our honeymoon, so we will plan it in the way we want to. End of discussion. Nonsense! You said yourself that you haven't decided on anything yet. It's clearly far too much for you to handle by yourselves. Listen, dear, a honeymoon is an important step for a new couple. It sets the mood for the rest of your marriage, creates memories that will last a lifetime. But you still haven't even decided on a location, much less transportation and lodging. Is this how you want your marriage to start, with indecision and procrastination? We're starting our marriage with thoughtful planning and deep discussion between the two of us, but thanks for your concern. We'll take a look at the pamphlets you gave us, okay? Is that enough to satisfy you? We'll see. Let me know when you've finalized your plans. I'll let you know whether or not they're up to snuff. Frankly, I'm not interested in your opinion. Excuse me? Like I said, I need to get back to work. Goodbye.
Hey, Sally. I just made it to the hotel fine and got checked in.
Thanks for letting me know, Sam. I hope you enjoy your business trip. I'll do my best. Travel's nice, but when it's for business, meh. By the way, I just realized that my mom sent me a text. She said you complained about her stuffing our mailbox with a bunch of travel pamphlets again.
Don't tell me she was getting on your case about our honeymoon again.
Yeah, she was. She took it to a new level this time, too. It looked like that mailbox was about to burst at the seams from all those pamphlets.
Unreal. I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
I took a look at them, thinking maybe there might be a chance that one of them might be interesting, but they're all guided tours with a private guide who goes with us everywhere. Why would we want a third wheel on our honeymoon?
That reminds me. My dad told me before that my mum had booked that exact same kind of tour for their honeymoon. Dad said it completely destroyed the mood. The two of them never had any privacy at all, with the guide constantly with them, at restaurants, parks, stores, etc. But it sounded like Mum enjoyed it, at least.
You think that's why she's pushing it on us? Because she had such a good time with it?
Yeah, probably. For her part, it's not like we've told her what sort of honeymoon we had in mind. But then again, even if we did tell her, I'm sure she had just managed to find a way to barge in on us. So it's probably best we just keep her completely in the dark.
It's crazy that you're so comfortable talking about your own mother like that.
Hey, it's the truth. Just the way my mum is. The way she's always been. Once she gets an idea in her head about something, she has to inject herself into it, even if it has absolutely nothing to do with her. That's why I never told her about, well, you know what.
Ah, that. Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't spill the beans to her about that. But are you sure you're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm sure. I talked to my dad who knows all about it, and he gave me his blessing to keep it between us, so yeah. Let's just continue to do that.
Okay, well, as long as you're okay with it. Hello there, Sally. Today's the big day, isn't it? I bet you're so excited. I know I am. Huh? What should I be excited about? Oh, come now, dear. Are you still going to keep the act up? I know you were trying your best to keep me out of the loop, but you've underestimated me. I know everything. Mom, I seriously have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, well, you can go ahead and be that way. It doesn't change the fact that I know everything. Could you please stop talking like that and just tell me what you think it is I should be excited about? I'll see you soon! Sally, where are you? You need to come and pick me up from the airport. I'm waiting. What? What do you mean, the airport? Where are you? Okinawa! Where else? Okinawa? You mean in Japan? Which hotel will we be staying at? I hope you picked the one I recommended. The buffet breakfast looked phenomenal. You're not making any sense. Come on, Sally. I just arrived in Okinawa, so tell me where the hotel is. Seriously now, dear, get with the picture. Exactly what picture am I supposed to get with, Mom? Why are you in Okinawa? And why are you suddenly expecting me to come to pick you up from the airport and take you to a hotel? Did I miss something? I don't remember you ever talking about a vacation to Japan. My goodness, Sally, you never give up. I know your honeymoon in Okinawa starts today. What? I heard Sam talking to his father about going to the Blue Cave on your honeymoon. When I looked it up on the internet, I figured out that you were going to the Blue Cave in Okinawa, Japan. After that, I looked at their texts on his cell phone and figured out all the dates and times for your flights. I'm a real Sherlock Holmes, aren't I? Did you really go through your husband's phone without his permission? We've been married for 40 years, dear, so what if I did? But enough about that. Let's talk about our plans. So we're going snorkeling in the Blue Cave, then? Ugh, you really have terrible taste. I made a deliberate effort to remove any tours with snorkeling from the pamphlets I gave you, but you went and signed up for it anyway. I thought you had learned your lesson about listening to my recommendations after that disaster of a wedding you planned by yourselves. It's clear you need the help of a travel expert. That's why I decided that I would tag along with you on your honeymoon to help you enjoy yourselves on your trip to Okinawa. And as your official guide, I hereby declare that your silly little snorkeling thing is cancelled. Mom. But we can talk more about that later. Hurry up and come pick me up from the airport. Mom, we're in Hokkaido right now. What? Why? I guess maybe you're not familiar with Japanese geography, but there's more than one place called Blue Cave in Japan. There's one in Okinawa, yeah, but there's also one in Hokkaido, too. There is? Hokkaido? Isn't that far to the north? You're going snorkeling in that freezing cold water? No, we're on a cruise. A cruise? Sam and I actually already went to the Blue Cave in Okinawa with a group of our friends back when we were in college. We loved Japan so much that we figured we'd go again for our honeymoon. And when we learned there was another Blue Cave, we figured we'd go there. So, you're in Hokkaido? Yep. And not in Okinawa? Nope. I don't believe this. Now I'm going to have to get a ticket to Hokkaido. No, Mom. We'll already have moved on to a different location by the time you get here, so don't waste your time or money. What? Hokkaido is a pretty big place, actually, and we're on an extended tour taking us around most of the island, making brief stops at major tourism spots. Just brief stops? That won't be any fun. But we're enjoying ourselves plenty, thank you. But the best part is yet to come. We're going on a train tour that circles the island so we can see all the scenery from the train window. You what? How could just riding a train be fun? You can ride a train at home. Meh, to each their own. Everyone has their own tastes, different things they enjoy. We don't like the same things you like, Mom, that's all. Sally, dear, how dare you? I offered to plan your honeymoon for you out of the kindness of my heart, and this is how you repay me? As long as we're on the subject, Sam has something he'd like to talk to you about, so I'll hand the conversation over to him now. Sam? But why?
Mum?
Yes, Sam?
I thought you should know that we moved.
You moved?
After our honeymoon is over, we're going to go straight to our new house.
How could you? You've got some nerve dropping something like this on me so suddenly. How many times do I have to tell you? You must consult with me before making major decisions like that. Oh, unbelievable. You always did love causing me trouble, however. I am still your mother, and I must fulfill my motherly duties. Don't worry, I'll come over to your new house to properly arrange your furniture and that sort of thing. What's the address of your new house?
I'm not telling you.
You're not telling me?
And by the way, even if you somehow manage to figure out where our new house is, you're not welcome. So don't even think about coming.
What? What? But why? You need me to fix your house for you, don't you?
No, I don't.
Don't be ridiculous.
I don't need you forcing your opinions on me in every aspect of my life, Mum. Didn't Sally just tell you? Everyone has different tastes. We don't like the same things you like.
I was just trying to be helpful.
Being helpful would be offering a recommendation when we ask for one. And I wouldn't have any problem with that. But if we don't do everything exactly the way you want us to, down to a T, then you go completely hysterical. Haven't you noticed that all your friends have abandoned you one by one? Do you hang out with anyone other than Dad?
That's nonsense. They haven't abandoned me.
Oh, for the love of... Don't tell me you didn't even notice. Surely you can't be that oblivious. Do you have any idea the damage you've caused other people with your behaviour? Don't you remember what happened with Cynthia a few years ago? She almost got divorced because of you.
What are you talking about?
Good grief. I don't believe you. The rumour about her having an affair? You heard one woman say she thought she saw Cynthia meeting with another man at a restaurant, and you took the liberty of telling her husband that she was cheating on him.
What was I supposed to do? Let him be cuckolded?
How about that time with my friend from high school? We went to the bowling alley after school one time, and so we smelled like smoke, because, well, it was a bowling alley. And what did you do? You went over to his parents' house and lectured them for an hour about how they needed to teach him that smoking was bad for your health.
Oh, now you expect me to let a young boy die of lung cancer, do you?
And that's just the beginning. There's way more instances than that. Do you have any idea how many friends I lost because of you?
Imagine how many you'd lose to cancer if their parents let them smoke.
I'm not even as concerned about myself as I am about Dad. He constantly has to clean up after your messes.
Ha! That man couldn't even clean a living room without me.
Every single time you make a fool of yourself and cause massive problems for people, who's the one that has to go and apologize and beg them not to sue you for harassment? Dad. I would know. Ever since I became an adult, I've been going with him for those apologies. I'm sick of it, and I'm sick of you.
Sam, you can't talk to me like that. Everything I've ever done has been to help you, to help the people around me. I was just being a good neighbor and friend.
You have a bizarre understanding of what help means, Mum. You've done nothing but cause chaos for me and everyone else in your life.
You ungrateful little brat.
This conversation is over. You're not welcome to come to our new house. Even if you should show up on our doorstep, we will not open the door, we will not let you in. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't even want any sort of contact from you at all.
You can't do this.
I can, and I will.
Ugh, you obstinate child. Anyway, now that I know you're in Hokkaido, I'll do you the favor of looking up some proper tourism destinations.
Even after all that, you're still not listening.
No, you're the one who's not listening to my advice.
Ugh, I'm so sick of this. Just don't bother us on our honeymoon. Got it? Go home. Now. Goodbye.
My mother-in-law took a flight home the next day. However, when she arrived home, she walked inside to find a stack of divorce papers sitting on the kitchen table. I had heard that her husband was considering divorcing her, and I guess he saw this as the perfect timing to finally do it. He never contacted her again and had a lawyer handle all the divorce proceedings. He's now living on his own in a nice apartment near our new house. I've got to say, he seems to be doing better than I've ever seen him before now. He looks like someone who's just had a good stretch after a long nap. It's like he's a brand new man. As for my mother-in-law, she moved in with her younger brother and his wife for a while. But before long, she started to give her particular brand of advice to her brother's wife, which was, obviously, not received very well by either her brother or his wife. He was, to put it simply, furious. He kicked her out of his house not but a month after she moved in. The last I heard, she was living alone, very alone, in a small apartment in the city's outskirts.